Well, it is almost that time. It's the night before the ClearCryptos Daytona Charity Shootout presented by Alpha Prime Racing in the NASCAR Report. And that can only mean one thing. It is time for a little bit of Average Joe qualifying night. What do you say, race fans? We are live here on Turn 200, getting ready for a couple of heat races to roll off of the grid. My name is Tommy Cook. We got the one and only Mr. Matt Williamson, and welcoming into the booth for the very first time here on Turn 200. He is the leader of the NASCAR Report Instagram channel. That is Mr. RJ Starcevic. How are you doing tonight, gentlemen? It's it's been a technical difficulty kind of night, but we're hoping to turn that around starting right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're ready to see a little qualifying here. It's gonna be interesting for sure. So
difficulty night. I guess I'm not the.
Oh, it's all over the place. Well, Matt, I think you're going to have to lead us off of the starting grid here. I think we're still getting our ducks in a row.
All right. That is something I can do. Well, our drivers are not even rolling out yet, so we have a little bit of time since we have a pretty good ways here around Daytona. But we'll go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup for our first qualifier of the evening. There's going to be 7 drivers here. Starting in first, it's going to be Brett Inskeep, and outside of him, it'll be Ryan Dye. Starting second on the inside, it'll be Brad Saxton. On his outside, Matthew Lathrop. Starting in fifth, Tyler Wiedenhoft. And in 6th, Jack Kilduff. And then starting by his lonesome on the 8th row, it will be Jeremy McKinnon in that 12 machine. All right, this is it. This is where your average Joe drivers get to join our star-studded field tomorrow night. But they have to get a win here in one of the qualifiers, and there will be no cautions. It's you're gonna have to keep your ducks in a row, but you're also gonna, you have to make your way to the front too. So it's not an easy task, that's for certain.
Absolutely not. As the gentleman in heat number 1 here, Brad Saxton, will be able to tell you. We hope to get a word in with him as this race rolls along here tonight, or any of our races here roll along tonight. Got about 16 drivers in here looking for the glory spot here tonight to get themselves into the show on Saturday.
And these drivers with a small field here, they got to be thinking that their chances are pretty good, as the pace car is about to pull off, and it does, and we are about to go green with the first qualifier of the evening from Daytona to make the Daytona Charity Shootout.
7 laps, no cautions. We are underway in Daytona. If you're watching here tonight, drop us a chat. Let us know you're hanging out with us. These drivers are going to need all the support they can get because it could get chaotic.
It sure will get chaotic, that is for sure.
Especially with no cautions. That's we've had previously on Turn 200 where literally the entire field wrecks on the last lap, and then it's just who isn't damaged enough and can actually make it to the line. That is possible here tonight with these small fields.
Yeah, we've seen
it
a
is
number of times actually.
And I think my audio's cut up here, so I can provide some insight.
All right, I think I am loaded into the sim.
And with these short qualifiers, we're only going to have 6 laps to go now that they have crossed the line. Brett Inskeep is being pushed by Brad Saxton on the bottom in the 23. The 41 on top is Ryan Dye being pushed by Matthew Lathrop. And those seem like good positions, but you never know what's going to happen. Way back there in that last spot is Jack Kilduff, and that might be the spot to be in. We're going to have to see.
Inskeep and Ryan Dye side by side up front. As lap number 3 going to go up on the board this time. 5 to go.
Laps, not a lot of time for, well, a lot of time at Daytona for a lot of stuff to happen, that's for sure. So it's a short and long race at the same time.
What do you think the advantages and disadvantages are, Matt, about having a smaller field here? You would think that would make it easier to work, but does it actually make it harder?
I think it actually makes it harder because everybody in this field is going to think that they are the ones with the opportunity to win. But with that being the fact, nobody's probably going to work together, especially since we don't have many drivers in here that have really raced with each other before, probably. So it's going to be every man for themselves, and you're not going to find help many places. There's going to be a lot of pushing and shoving there towards the end of the race, if I had to guess.
McKinnon got shuffled 3 wide. Now he finds his way back to the outside line, trying to make something happen with Ryan Dye ahead of him.
Big push here coming on the outside. You talk about those tandems working together. I'm sure these guys pushing each other right here have never worked together in their lives. But making something happen here to try and get to the lead.
Well, I can tell you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to tell you from my own experience, Brad Saxton, second on the inside.
Yep.
Him and I have worked in length together before, and he is a darn good pusher. I have been the lead car with him pushing me before, and he will stay on you the whole time and really try to get you there out front.
Yeah, he is the turn 200 driver, the team 200 driver, if you will, and he is there second on the inside line as they come down the Daytona Super Stretch. And he's always asking us in our Super Speedway League to get up to the front with him. He wants to always go up to the front. I never go with him, but he's the one that wins races, and I don't. So he obviously knows what he's doing. Another man that knows what he's doing is the driver that's been up front pretty much this entire race is Brett Inskeep. Him and Ryan Dye have been side by side for the better part of this entire race. As lap number 6 goes up on the board, it's 2 more times around. Somebody is going to lock themselves into the Daytona Shootout. Up in the wall, McKinnon! Oh. McKinnon is shuffled out of it. Saxton stays with Inskeep there on the inside.
And that is not what Ryan Dye wanted to see. Him and McKinnon have raced together many times before. I'm sure that Dye was hoping to keep McKinnon in his pocket to be pushed to the front. Dye was actually clear in the front stretch at one point and didn't take it because he had McKinnon behind him.
Tyler Wiedenhoft has pulled up third onto the inside line. I believe it's everybody in this lead pack except for McKinnon now as they cross the line one more time around. Whoa, trouble! 3 around in the back. That leaves 3 out front. Ryan Dye is one of them. Oh, and he clobbers the inside wall. That leaves Brett Inskeep, Brad Saxton, and Tyler Wiedenhoft.
Ooh, 3-horse race now coming to the checkered flag. And will we see second and third work together?
Oh, Wiedenhoft is under the yellow line. He forces Brad Saxton up the track. Saxton now to the outside of Inskeep. Oh, Saxton got it again.
One wise man said it's legal on the last lap, but I don't know.
Oh,
Saxton's going to turn him!
Brad absolutely dumps him. It's Brett Inskeep, the lone survivor of heat race number 1.
Oh, my goodness. Tyler Wiedenhoff, somebody check on him. He just went about 200 feet into the air. And oh, no.
In a very close race for second, Brad Saxton limps it across the line. Jack Kilduff will cross in third just behind him.
Oh, my goodness.
And I'm not sure if anybody else is even rolling. But how about it? Brett Inskeep is the winner of heat race number 1.
Wow.
I want to bring Brad in here, but I don't know. I think we would be thrown off the platform if we did right now. I can't imagine he's very happy about that.
Yeah. Oh man, we didn't even get to have him come around to celebrate. I was gonna let Inskeep come around and do a couple of donuts, but we're gonna go a grid for our next race. I'm also not gonna have a chance to show a replay now. That's unfortunate.
Now, what I will say is we're going to show highlights from the heat races here tonight and the LCQ ahead of tomorrow night's ClearCryptos Daytona Charity Shootout. So while we're not showing replays here tonight, if you tune into the main event tomorrow, you can see it all right before you see the big boys tackle Daytona International Speedway. So getting ready now to roll off for heat race number 2. And they will roll off like this. It is Andrew Tunn with the pole. He was the second quickest qualifier earlier with a 52.84. He'll have Will Salamone starting to his outside. On the inside of row number 2, it is Kyle Zittel. He'll have Bryson Haw lining up in P4 outside of him. And then Nathan Quella starting P5. William Barbagiletta. And I know that's wrong. I'm sorry, William. I do sincerely apologize. But he starts P6. And you have Brandon Vyers, who we're waiting to see in the Venom Truck Series. Signed up, has not quite made it yet. But we hope to see him soon. But he's in this race, so we get our first look at him, Matt. He starts P7.
All right. The question is, are we going to see something similar to the first race, or is it going to be a little more tame in this one? I guess we'll have to find out.
So after this, everybody will go into, I believe, the LCQ. Is that right, RJ?
Yeah, so after this, the LCQ will happen, which with the tightened down field here, it looks like currently it still shows 3 to the feature, but as we've seen from the iRacing service tonight, nothing is guaranteed. And so we'll find out how many people are in the feature. So everybody in the race, stick around, and you might just be sent over to the feature. It says the top 3. So that was the one thing from that big wreck in turn 4. It took a driver out of contention and possibly making the feature, but we'll see.
Absolutely. To the Geico start zone, and we are green. Andrew Tunn with a good jump. William Salamone trying to make up some ground on the outside line with help from Bryson Haw. Kyle Zittel, we saw him in the Venom Truck Series, which you can watch here every Tuesday night, right here on Turn 200. Kyle Zittel is quite the performer at Daytona. And we'll have to see if his truck success translates to Xfinity car success. What are your big differences between driving this and driving a truck here, Matt?
Well, these Xfinity cars are certainly not as stable as the trucks. The trucks are very, very stable. You can push as hard as you want to. And coming out of the corners, they're not going to wiggle a whole lot. The Xfinity cars, that is not the case. These cars will get really loose. The arrows are different. And if you're getting a push really hard from somebody behind, you can get turned much easier in these than you would in the trucks. And also just the way the drafting works. The trucks, you get really, really big runs. You get big runs in these too, of course, but not quite as big as the trucks. So there are some pretty key differences.
RJ, you and I were talking earlier about some helpless feelings in being in some slower cars in multi-class races. There is no more helpless feeling that I have experienced than trying to work something on the outside and sliding back from the rest of the field. It's pretty hopeless feeling.
Yeah, I'm a big outside lane guy. Whenever I'm racing at these super speedways, I'm always the one that's gonna pull out.
And now there's getting some help here on the outside line.
And like you said,
out in front of
about
Vyers.
these cars, it's tough to bump draft in these cars. They can get pretty squiggly on you pretty quick. So it takes a lot of talent to navigate these cars, and looks like that outside lane is going to prevail here.
Absolutely. Talking about getting squiggly. They're all over the map there. I think that is the 26 of Will Salmoni jumps into line. I don't know if he was just trying to get to the bottom or if he was trying to make some offense happen, but he slots in behind. Now the 14 of Brandon Vyers, who is pushing Kyle Zittel. They got that outside lane to work with just one more car as lap number 4 goes up onto the board. I want to say hi to everybody that's chatting with us. Broccoli Eater, Brad Saxton, Brett Inskeep. Hopefully we get to talk to him before the night is through. He's already on to tomorrow night's Big Bash. And Hunter Leach is in the chat as well. Everybody say hi. We're past halfway here. Working down the back straightaway. A big bump from Nathan Quella sent up to Will Salomone.
Wow, yeah, the way these cars move around, I mean, it reminds me of truck races in real life when you race in these super speedways. It looks like they're about to wreck and a little bit right and left, and I mean, a lot of talented driving it takes to get these cars around here cleanly for as many laps as they do. Luckily, this is only 7.
White knuckles, you'll get those for sure.
It's always interesting.
Oh, there we go! 2 around, 3 around. And no cautions. That'll leave the top 4. That was your pole sitter, Andrew Tunn. Nathan Quella.
Barbagelata is the other.
Barbagelata, yes.
Remember, the big part about this race is don't count yourself out if you get spun out and keep it clean, because these 4 cars right here could end up in carnage like we saw last race, and somebody in the back was able to qualify themselves in to the feature. So we'll see.
All righty, it's down to just these 4 for now. Like you said, Bryson Haw is trying to work on the outside all by himself. Got Will Salomone in P3. Then it's the 14 of Brandon Vyers in second, and Kyle Zittel leading the pack. I'm sure very comfortable. I'm sure exactly where he wants to be here, but just a couple of laps to go.
And the 14 of Vyers is blinking a little bit as well. So that is something that these guys are going to have to watch.
I don't have all my tools. Are we coming to 1 to go here?
Well, unfortunately,
I
not
can't
all of
tell
my
you what to
tools
go.
are working either.
This is a mess.
This
All
is
right.
the white flag.
There we go, white flag. Zittel leading
Aside for
Vyers,
third place
Salomone,
right
Haw.
now, we'll see if that really is going to affect how Vyers gets a run here.
And Haw's been trying his hardest to get up to that quarter panel here. He's gonna have a little bit of a run. Is
Vyers
anybody
move
gonna
up?
jump out with him? No, he's not.
Oh, he's laying back a little bit here. Is Vyers going to try to get a run off of 4?
What do Salomone and Vyers have cooking here as they get the run on Zittel?
Oh.
Zittel goes up high to block, but Vyers is there. Here comes Salomone. He's peeking the inside. He's now going to help Zittel at the line. Oh my gosh! Kyle Zittel gets it by 0-0-0. It was a tie. Oh my gosh! Down to the 1,000th of a second, a tie, but Kyle Zittel, according to the sim, is the one that comes away with it. Oh my gosh.
There's no way. I got to go look at this. It's a tie.
That was
I can't.
incredible. Absolutely phenomenal.
And the sim has kicked me to warm up. I'm not even going to be able to see a replay.
That's all right.
Unfortunate, but that was quite a finish. Kyle Zittel coming away with the win, and he has qualified into tomorrow night's race.
There you go. So we have our 2 winners from our 2 heat races here, as we didn't get a full lobby. Brett Inskeep, winner of heat number 1. Kyle Zittel, winner of heat number 2. And now tell us about the LCQ here. What are we going to be looking for in the LCQ race? How many people are going to be going to Saturday night?
Well, the LCQ, it is going to be just like the 2 heat races. The winner will move on to the Daytona Charity Shootout tomorrow night. And so we're going to see those who obviously came so close to winning the heats get another chance here in the LCQ, which is basically the feature, but technically the LCQ for tomorrow night. So, had to work some things out there. So I guess this is the 3-minute warm-up that we have drivers to go drive around and maybe do some like burnouts and.
But now, just to be clear, if Inskeep or Zittel win this race, they don't double qualify, do they? Is anybody going to get in if they do?
No. Yes, it'll be the first driver behind. So yeah, if the winner of Heat 1 and Heat 2 were to win this race, it would basically just be the highest finishing person who hasn't qualified yet. So we will be able to. We will for sure have 3 new qualifiers, 3 people being sent to tomorrow night.
All righty, and while we've got a couple of minutes here, I'm going to go ahead and bring up our driver from Heat Race number 1. Finished P2, but it was not very close. That is Bad Brad Saxton. In as clean a language as possible, talk us through the end of your Heat Race 1 there.
Yeah, that got pretty chaotic there on that last lap. I felt I was moved out of the way on the backstretch, and then the guy that did it completely drove in the back of the leader and doored me, intending to wreck the leader, I suppose. So I just about had enough, and figured that guy was in first place. He's probably a good guy, so just let him have it.
I think Brett was pretty excited about that.
Well, we call him Bad Brad for a reason, and it reared its head here tonight.
So, what's if you had to pick your poison, do you like a race like Heat Race number 1 that has 7, or do you like a race like the LCQ here that is going to have 14 cars? What's your pluses and minuses there?
Well, this is a pretty short race, compared to like the league races and stuff we do. So I guess the less cars, the better. It's easier to make up 6 spots than it is to make up 14, But at the same time, I don't have no partner either, so we'll just have to see what happens.
Well, you got 3 guys in the booth here cheering you on, so I hope that counts for something. But either way, no matter where you finish here, we'll pull you back up after the race here. Good luck, go get them, and we'll talk to you here in a few.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Can you believe, Matt? That is the first time we've ever had him in the booth on air. That's insane. How long have we been racing together? That's like 2 years now? Jeez.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy, but just, the stuff that he races, we like to race with him instead of being the broadcasters, so we've never really had the opportunity.
Wow, first time for everything. Certainly not the last, though. He'll be in Truck 200, which we'll talk about here throughout this race. All righty, starting lineup here for the LCQ. They're going to roll off like this. Your Heat Race number 1 winner was Brett Inskeep. He'll have the pole. Kyle Zittel, Heat Race number 2 winner, will start to his outside. Your second place finishers, it's really just the inside line is Heat Race number 1 finishers. Outside line is Heat Race number 2 finishers. So I don't need to keep, okay, you know what I'm saying. Brad Saxton starting in 3rd. Brandon Fyers starting in 4th. It is Jack Kilduff and Will Salamone on row number 3. Matthew Lathrop and Bryson Haw on row number 4. Ryan Dye, Andrew Tunn on row 5. Tyler Wiedenhoff and Nathan Quella on row number 6. Jeremy McKinnon, William Barba Gelada on row number 7. And then the 2 broadcasters apparently on row number 8, RJ and me.
Let's get out there then. What are we waiting for?
I need to configure my controls here on the laptop that I had to use because my computer decided to stop working moments before we went live, because of course it did.
Yes, this qualifiers are actually an amazing idea, halfway, because we give these great competitors that have came out to race a chance to make it into tomorrow night's awesome event. And for us, we also get to work out the bugs for you guys, just to fix anything with the stream. And for me, not being on the service hosting an event for 365 days. So gotta work out the bugs there, even though I've done this 3 times. But I forget after a while, and I have to bring it back from memory. But we got a great field here. We got 14 cars. We're going to settle this in 10 laps. We got Bad Brad on the 2nd row, who has already made a name for himself in this stream, which I think is awesome. But did he make enemies? We'll find out, because he did send Tyler Whedon off 200 feet into the air. I believe that was what happened. Yes.
That'll never make any friends.
That will never make any friends.
Oh, and Byers is blinking again, but he is going to pull up to the back bumper of Kyle Zittel and Brett Inskeep.
Actually, maybe close.
Yeah, we are green for the feature.
Can't even believe I didn't shout out Ricky Bobby there on the 4th row here on the inside, the number 62 car.
The me car.
The me car. So yeah, that 14 car is blinking pretty well, but I'm sure he ain't gonna back down here with 10 laps to go in this feature as that outside lane is rolling.
Him and Zittel look pretty comfy there, pushing up. They had Inskeep cleared. Inskeep is gonna come firing back with help from Brad Saxton behind him. Inskeep's got the run now, headed towards the front straightaway.
And to mention, in the YouTube chat, Inskeep said that he will push Brad since Brad helped him basically get that win. So that is a duo and a pairing to keep your eye on.
Contact further back. Jeremy McKinnon is sending it 3 wide. He did that in the last race. Oh, man, up into the wall. At least flirting with it is Andrew Tunn.
I love this because I know absolutely nobody in this field, really, and I don't know how any of them drive, and we are ranking for last place.
Oh, man. Around
that
goes
was Quella.
Nathan Quella.
Nathan Quella.
No cautions again in this race.
Man.
And Brett Inskeep leading the way.
There he is, bad bro.
I'm not sure if he likes that.
Worked his way up into second place.
Sure either, but we're working with
I'll be
it
very
right
disappointed if he doesn't make it into tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think he will too. He likes to win. And he does it a fair amount as well.
Yeah, he knows his way around the super speedways, that's for sure.
Man, and mixing some of these guys with the pros that we're gonna have racing tomorrow night, it's always a really interesting mix as we see somebody in the back there get really tight.
Yeah, I hate to have you do your big presser right now because we're going to have to bail out of it if these guys start wrecking. But tell us a little bit about what we can expect tomorrow night.
Having the professional racers, professional iRacers, people in the industry, country music singers coming out to race. You know, it's a mix of a ton of people just coming out to race for a great cause. You know, if you don't know already, the winner of the Daytona Charity Shootout basically gets to pick where all the proceeds are going to. So in past years, we've had a lot of money donated to great causes. It's been awesome. So Dean Thompson was the reigning winner last year. He returns to defend his crown this year. We got a lot of awesome people on the list ready for tomorrow night. And obviously another great part is that we're going to be sending some of these drivers to race tomorrow night as well. So it's just a lot of different people coming together, including you guys, the broadcasters. So thankful to have you part of this event, coming together to make this happen. It's a lot of fun. Tomorrow night is the big night, and like you said, tonight's the night for chaos and work out the kinks of of everybody, the broadcast and the person running this thing right here. So we'll be ready for tomorrow night. It's going to be an awesome night.
Yeah, we've had our fill of chaos here tonight, that's for sure. One car across the line in heat race number 1, a tie in heat race number 2. And now we're going to send one more driver as out of shape. Jack Kilduff. I don't know how he saved that.
Byers towards the front was a little bit out of shape as well. You know, we were talking about the format of this thing. I'm really interested to see how our real-life drivers and celebrity drivers interact with the drivers that qualified tonight, because a lot of the drivers that are driving tonight, you know, they use the service almost maybe every day, if not many times a week. You know, they really know their way around the virtual tracks and the virtual vehicles. So it'll be interesting to see how they play with maybe some drivers who aren't on the service as often.
That is another great point. We're going to have some drivers racing tomorrow night that race in real life, but they don't race iRacing a whole lot at all. So it's a totally different ball game, the sim and racing in real life. And racing, whatever they're racing on. Because if you're sim racing, you could be racing on anything. You could be racing on a controller, like we were talking about earlier, or you could be racing on a small monitor. Yeah, who does it? Oh,
oh no! Gilduff doesn't save that one. Maybe he does.
In the grass.
I don't know how he saved that one. This time it's going to be more catastrophic. There's more wrecking. The 57 got up. Lathrop got up into somebody, into Wiedenhoft.
Wiedenhoft has had an awful night.
I'm going to assume that's going to spell the end of his night. So as they run right now, it's 4 laps to go. Inskeep leads the way. Zittel is in second. Brad Saxton will then get the spot. If they finish like this, he is the first driver not already locked in. And now he is ahead of Zittel, so he is P2. Brad Saxton would have the spot as they run here, coming to 3 to go. And again, no cautions no matter what happens. They could all crash, and the caution is still not going to come out. Byers gives another shot to Zittel. I tell you what, Zittel already locked in, and he's making a great case for himself to be a player in tomorrow night's charity shootout. He is looking great out front. So is Inskeep. Inskeep has held a steady wheel all night. I don't know if he's so much as moved off the yellow line all the whole time.
Not at all. And these guys have controlled the race, controlled both lines the entire time as we get a little bit of loose there on the bottom. But definitely
shot for Saxton. They all collect it, though.
Yeah, Saxton, we were on a great shot there to see Saxton dip below that yellow line. You do not want to get on the apron at Daytona because it can be disastrous.
All right, chat, place your bets. 2 to go. Zittel edges ahead of Inskeep now. Is he going to wait for Vyers to get clear, or is he going to drop down to the bottom as soon as he can?
Something else to keep in mind, we do have enough cars to have a third lane here to get enough momentum, I would think. So.
And yep, Vyers. Oh, he had a peek to the. I thought he was taking it 3 wide. White flag this time. Sorry, go ahead.
Real crazy here. It's about to get real crazy here. Coming to 1 lap to go. And Brett Inskeep is still in the lead. He's controlled this race the entire time. He's got Brad Saxton behind him.
I tell you what, Bryson Hall looks like he is itching to go. Looking for any gap that he can get as the white flag is out.
Yeah, Brad moved up the track. I mean,
what is going to happen? Here we go. Oh!
Vyers is shuffled out.
Made the wrong move at the wrong time, or he made the right move, but nobody went with him. He's going to slot to the back here, and now it's up to everybody up at the front.
Jackson doing his best to protect the bottom. Haw is looking for any sort of gap. Oh, he moves Saxton up the track. There's contact. They're around.
Oh.
Saxton and Haw are out of it. It's Inskeep and Zittel and Salamone.
Jeremy McKinnon on the outside. He's currently in the transfer spot. He's going to give a big push to Zittel.
And
they're all wrecking behind him. There
Zittle's in first. It's going to be Will Salamone.
Kyle Zittel, Will Salamone. 1, 2. It's Will Salamone who is racing tomorrow night, along with Kyle Zittel and Brett Inskeep. Andrew Tan, P3. Brandon Vyers, P4. Jeremy McKinnon, round out your top 5. Man, absolute calamity again. But that's the name of the game.
Salamone, unbelievable. On the day that Sam Hunt Racing announces their, or wait, no, that was yesterday. Well, the day after Sam Hunt Racing announces their 2023 driver lineup, he drives the Sam Hunt Racing car to
straight to the qualifiers, and this is the feature, so he is going to get the opportunity.
Some group burnouts here? He does, and into the pit wall go.
Now, Zittel and Salamone are teammates in the Venom Truck Series. Actually, really, Salamone drives for Zittel actually in the Venom Truck Series. So pushing the boss to a P1, and you get yourself locked into the big show on Saturday night as a result of that.
I'm looking in the YouTube comment section, and Jack Kilduff, who was driving the Ricky Bobby car, who saved it, made an incredible save on the apron, says the car blew up after he saved it.
Oh,
man. Just unfortunate. And I can only imagine Ricky Bobby was running in circles around that race car screaming that he was on fire. So we hate to see that. Surprised the caution didn't come out for a driver on the racetrack, but man.
Well, Kyle Zittel, if you're listening, I'm sending you an invite to our the Discord server that we're in right now. We'd love to have a chat with you. Brett Inskeep, I don't have any way to get a hold of you. I guess join the Turn 200 Discord. The link is in the description. We'd love to have a chat with you as well. And Will Salamone, I'm looking for you to send an invite as well. I guess while I do that, let's go ahead and bring up Brad Saxton, who I'm sure is not going to be too happy about the incident there. But pushing hard, it's the usual last lap shenanigans at Daytona.
Oh yeah. Just don't have any luck tonight. Just got guys moving me on the last lap of each race. So not much you can do about it when you're getting wrecked.
I mean, you and Inskeep are working in tandem all night, doing a great job. Not just in the feature here, but in the heat race as well.
Yeah. We just so happened to line up nose to tail in each one of them races, and I told Matt I got a Christmas party tomorrow, so I couldn't even make the race tomorrow night if I did qualify tonight. So whoever was in front of me they were getting my dedication for the entire race.
Well,
I think you gained some fans tonight, at least, for sure.
I think so. That's what I was just about to say. And correct me if I'm wrong, Brad. This is the first time that you've ever been on Turn 200 live. Is that right?
Yeah, it really is.
Wow.
We've been in a Discord for a while and racing on the same team for a while, but we're always racing together.
Yeah. Well, let's get you some shout-outs. Who do you want to say hi to? Who do you want to thank here tonight?
Oh, well, got to thank Turn 200 Productions, man. Got to thank RJ and his group, the NASCAR Race Report, for putting on this whole charity event. I really wish I could have made the race tomorrow, but it's got real life going on. So hopefully you guys enjoy your race. Got to thank my race team, Royal Greenhorn, and my two teammates who are commentators tonight, Tommy Cook and Matt Williamson.
Hell yeah.
Couldn't do it without you guys.
All righty. Well, we say have a great night. I'm sure we'll talk to you here in a little bit, but appreciate you coming out and racing and putting on a show here tonight.
Yeah. I really appreciate you guys doing this. You do a heck of a job broadcasting. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, brother. We'll see you here in a few weeks for Truck 200.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you coming out, man.
All righty. I guess let's pull in our heat race number 1 winner, and welcome to Turn 200, Mr. Brett Inskeep. You did a heck of a job out front all night tonight. Congratulations on making the Daytona Charity Shootout tomorrow.
Yeah, guys, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys hosting this event. The pay-to-win setup Chevrolet 42 was good all night. It felt good to have that clean air. Thought we were going to get the second one there, but, this wasn't meant to be. It's good somebody else got a taste of that victory.
I mean, you were rock steady on that yellow line all night. Was there ever a thought to try and jump up to the outside, even there on the last lap, to try and make anything else happen? I mean, do you really even need to do that?
Winning's always nice, but there on the LCQ, I kind of wanted to let Brad get a taste of clean air too, but that outside line just kept working well. So, here and there, I tried getting up a little bit in the middle lane, side drafting a little bit, but yeah, that yellow line treated me nice.
It says on your info card here that you're a first-year iRacer. Is that still the case?
I saw that too when I was watching the broadcast. Now I need to update that. Second year, but still new to it. Loving it from Charlotte, so always been around racing, and I love this platform. I love what you guys are doing as well.
And are you going to be able to make it out tomorrow night? That's the big question.
Yeah, I can make plans. What's the tell me what time it is?
9 p.m. Eastern. Same
there you
thing
go.
as tonight. Lobby will open at 8:50 for the practice sessions, like 10, 15 minutes. I can't remember, but But basically, race action will start by like 9:05, 9:10. So as long as you're around that time, then we'll be ready to go. And that 42, if you'd like the 42 still, the number's all yours, man.
Yes, sir. I grew up a Gordon fan, so I decided to put my spin on it. I'll be there. I really appreciate it, guys. Wasn't expecting it, but it's always good to come in with a victory.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to here before we let you go?
Just my buddies over at Pay to Win Setups. They've helped me a lot, in the open races online, the officials, and it's a good group to be around. So if you guys are listening and race Open, Xfinity, or any other class, check out paytowinsetups.com.
All righty, we will see you tomorrow night. Congratulations on the big win, and we may talk to you again. Who knows?
So we're hoping for. Hopefully, we can crack a cold one after tomorrow night.
Yes, sir.
All righty, let's go ahead and bring in now your heat race number 2 and your feature winner. Where did he go? Oh no, okay. I was covering your name. I thought I had kicked you out of the Discord or something. It's Kyle Zittel, race fans. We've been gassing you up all night about how good you are at Daytona, and lo and behold, you prove us right.
Yeah, I love Daytona. I love play racing. I know a lot of people don't like it with wrecks and stuff like that, but I always really enjoy Daytona, Talladega races like that. It was really awesome to get 2 wins.
And you swept them. You swept every race that you were part of tonight, so you could go through for the three-peat tomorrow night if you were to win the Daytona Charity Shootout. You're currently undefeated.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That would be really insane.
Now you had some help from Will there, or you were working for a while with Brandon Vyers. Was that a happy accident or was that on purpose?
That was on purpose. So Brandon runs in the Venom Truck Series with Will, Ryan, and Jeremy and I. So yeah, when we were all lined up, we knew we were all there, and we were pushing. And sometimes Brandon's connection for some reason just wouldn't let him, stay with me and push, and he kind of just gave it. He gave it to Will, and that was huge.
Yeah, it's been one of those nights for iRacing for us anyway. So I feel the pain there, Brandon, if you're watching. But yep, we'll talk to Will here in a second. But man, you were absolutely the class of the field here tonight. Let's get some shout outs going. Who do you want to thank here tonight?
First, I want to thank Nathan Reynolds. He kind of led everybody over here and told us all to hop in and try to get a spot. Man, he got 2 of us in there, so that's pretty cool. RJ for setting all this up, and Nitro Setups. Nathan pushes that and runs those really well all the time. And everybody over in the Venom Truck Series, we were all watching and pushing each other, and it was a lot of fun.
Now, I see Nathan in the chat in the YouTube right now. Is there talks already between you and Nathan and Will about getting a Venom faction to try and take over the race tomorrow?
That would be cool. That would be real cool if all 3 of us could hook up and get to the front and kind of show off.
I'm so down for that. Yeah. Thank you. We're gonna have a lot of armies tomorrow night. There's a lot of different factions and teammates that are rolling out, so you guys might need to pair up to get in the action. But yeah, thank you so much for coming out to the event tonight, and of course all the Venom Truck Series guys. Those are great. Nathan spreading the word. He's awesome. Obviously, Nathan introduced me to the Turn 200 broadcasting crew. So glad to be here and glad you came out to the event. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you, Turn 200. Absolutely, that was awesome. You guys are broadcasting this and putting it out there for everybody to see.
And you put on a show for everybody. So hopefully we'll talk to you again tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. Hope so.
All righty. P2 finisher, we'll bring him up here real quick because he is in the show tomorrow night as well. That is Mr. Salamander, Will Salamone. A P2 for you here tonight. You kind of lied in wait there. What was that your executed game plan? Just to sort of crack your way up to the front there right at the right time?
Yeah, we all me, Kyle Zittel, and Brandon Veers, we all got lined up on the outside, and we did really good in the heat race. We all finished 1, 2, 3. So I thought to myself, well, just keep behind these two, and we were really strong the whole race. You know, we were staying up there, and Brandon got a little hot, so he had to pull out, and I got behind Zittel, and then I was just riding his bumper to the end, and I pushed him to the win, and I got to be in the transfer spot, so it's really cool. I'm really stoked. I get to be a part of this big race with all these NASCAR drivers, so I'm very excited.
And now you're our only recurring character here tonight that's been in booth 200 before, and we had you in here at Michigan in the Venom Truck Series, which I would encourage anybody that's watching right now that didn't see it to go watch it, because you snuck your way through the chaos there on the last lap. That seems to be a knack that you have. Do you have a lot of confidence in your ability to sort of miss the big ones?
Yeah, I just kind of falls my way most of the time. I just I run in the back, try to stay out of trouble, and usually I stay back far enough, and I'm in the I get in the clear most of the time. So it's one of those deals. You gotta be with those guys that I was with, Kyle and Brandon, and we stayed together right up until the end, and then I was able to get by Brandon, and then able to stay behind Kyle for the second place. So I'm just very happy right now.
You are in the big show tomorrow night. Who do you want to give a shout out to here tonight?
I would like to give a shout out to my mom. It's her birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday,
Hey.
Mom.
Oh,
Happy
yeah.
birthday, Mom.
Racing for her birthday
Yes.
tomorrow. That's
Yes,
There you
based on her
go.
birthday. Yes, sir.
awesome. Yeah, thank you so much for coming out tonight, man. I appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah, thank you guys. I'm super excited.
Yeah, we're excited for you. As we well, that's a wrap on what started chaotic off the track, ended chaotic on the track. How do you guys put your stamp on this night? We'll go with Matt first here.
Well, it's everything that I guess we thought it would be, right? I mean, these are guys trying to get into that big show, like Will just said. He's excited to race with some real life NASCAR drivers from the Truck and Xfinity series, and that's really what tonight was all about. And you could tell that everybody wanted in because it was pretty chaotic, and I wouldn't expect anything less. So this is what we expected tonight, but tomorrow it's going to be star-studded. It's going to be an event, and we're very excited to bring it to you here on Turn 200.
Absolutely, RJ.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you said it best. It was probably everything that we thought it would be and more. Chaos. Chaos was the word I kept using before this event. I mean, you put a bunch of guys on the track at Daytona that, like you say at the beginning, and never raced with each other. 7 laps. The stakes that are at place, it's gonna be chaotic. And so we saw some decently tame racing for most of the laps feature in some of the heats. But when you get down to those final 2-3 laps, that's when everyone gets real antsy. We saw a lot of carnage. We saw even maybe some rivalries started tonight from that finish in Heat 1, where one guy got sent up into the sky. So it was a crazy night. Tomorrow's gonna be even crazier. Obviously, there will be cautions tomorrow night. 60 laps at Daytona. So we'll see if the racing is clean, or we'll see if the racing is chaotic. They get 2 fast repairs tomorrow, so you have a little slack cut for you if you get caught up in a wreck, but not a ton. So in past years, we have seen people use all 3 of these fast repairs, and that's another dynamic to keep track of during the race, is how many fast repairs everybody has, because they're going to use them tomorrow. So it's Daytona. It's going to be crazy. Going to be a lot of fun. So many different people come together, like I said, to make this event possible, and can't wait. Tomorrow night at the same time, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Absolutely. Tomorrow night, you're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be right here on Turn 200. If you if you enjoyed the stream here tonight, which I know you did, if you were here, and if you're still here, of course you enjoyed the stream, hit that like button. Go ahead and hit subscribe. We just hit 100 subscribers. That's super cool. Really appreciate everybody that's already subscribed and that comes out and watches our RAL Daredevil series, as well as our our Venom Truck Series coverage that we have been putting on here in the last few weeks here on Turn 200. It's been a great time, and we are so excited to bring you tomorrow the Daytona Charity Shootout. Another edition of that brought to you by Alpha Prime Racing, as well as presented by ClearCryptos. ClearCryptos makes crypto more accessible for everyone. If you are new to crypto or feel like there's always more to learn, because there is, visit their website for tools and information. That is clearcryptos.com. They are the presenting sponsor tomorrow night, as well as the NASCAR Report Instagram page, run by the one and only, the absolutely eccentric Mr. RJ Starcevek, who we were blessed enough to have in the booth here tonight. Thank you very much for coming out, RJ. We loved having you in the booth here, and we really appreciate you bringing us along for the ride here tonight and tomorrow as well.
Anytime, man. Thank you guys so much for doing this. Obviously not possible without you guys being such a great help and being open to doing broadcast and being creative. We're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow night.
Anything else, Matt, you want to add before we head off air here?
Just shout out to RJ for asking us to do this and trusting us enough to bring this event to the people. It's going to be a great event. We're excited, not just to broadcast it, but to, just watch it in general. So we hope that everybody joins us tomorrow night, and it's going to be spectacular. You're not going to want to miss it.
And if you like what you see tonight, not only looking forward to tomorrow, but looking forward to content down the road, including our brand new flagship truck series, Truck 200, which will be starting on Monday nights in January. Go ahead and hit subscribe on the YouTube channel. And you can also now join our Discord. Our Discord link is in the description of this video. So we'd love to have you guys come out and be a part of the Turn 200 group. As we get to do a lot of cool stuff here with the Venom trucks, a lot of new RL Daredevil series content and just RL content in general coming out in the next few months here that you're going to want to be a part of and possibly even race in. So we'd love to have you be a part of that. So until we meet again tomorrow night, same time and actually same place, virtual Daytona tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Be here or be square. For RJ Starcevek, for the one and only Mr. Matt Williamson, I've been Tommy Cook from Turn 200 saying so long from virtual Daytona, where tonight Kyle Zittel and Brett Inskeep and Will Salamone get to play with the big boys tomorrow night for the Daytona Charity Shootout. Good night, everybody.